Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. So, it's like these are two separate dreams, but they both have kind of the same vibe. But I'm going to do them separately because they're two separate messages. But it's, anywho. And I'm going to go ahead. And with the first dream, I'm on a beach vacation, okay? And it's kind of like I am with a group of friends and we have brought our kids to go on this beach vacation. But it's kind of a situation like a cruise, like a carnival cruise or something like that. And they docked and we're out and we're on the beach enjoying the beach. Now we have decided to enjoy an area that is separate from where the ship is. And at the end of this situation, um, there's a woman that ends up being left behind without any papers to get back home. And she was being distracted. And there is a guy that is distracting her by feeding a crab a delicate meal before cooking and eating it. So it's kind of like the guy basically decides to give the crab something to eat, and the crab eats the food, and then after the crab eats the food, he throws it in the pot. Okay, and which I feel is interesting, um because I also feel like this kind of goes in with the dream. So this is a warning that there's a group that is inviting you somewhere. And regardless if they have already invited you or they haven't invited you, there's a group that plans to invite you. And I'm being reminded of the last message I just recorded of how the black sheep is treated. And sometimes it could be a situation where the family will feel like they are guilt trips into inviting you somewhere. And then you go, and when you get there, they treat you like they don't want you there, and it's bothering them that you're there. They may try to plot against you. They may try to do you some kind of harm. They may try to do some kind of evil towards you, or even a friend group. It could be a group of friends, or maybe people you work with, or whatever it is that you got going on. This is some kind of group, and this group is feeling pressure to invite you somewhere. Okay. And instead of them, this is not a situation where they have repented for treating you wrong. This is not a situation where they want to turn away from treating you wrong. They are not sorry about how they have treated you. They meant the way they treated you. They meant it with their whole chest. They have no intention in any shape, form, or fashion to turn away and treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And just how this man was doing this crab, that's what they intend to do to you. They gonna dangle this in front of you. This is the delicious meal that the man was feeding the crab. Is, oh, let's go on this trip. Yeah, it's gonna be nice, and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna do this, that, and the third. And I saw a video. I'm being reminded of, I don't even remember her name. I watched it so long ago, but there was a YouTuber that posted a video where she was talking about how she went on a trip with her sisters. And, she was excited to go on a trip. She doesn't really talk to them very much. They are very close, and she is kind of singled out. She doesn't hang with them very much. And while she is on the trip with them, they end up getting into it. She gets into it with them, and they are ganging up on her, and they are treating her as if she is wrong. And I think it's like she was trying to give some advice to her niece. And this is something that is normal. It is nothing wrong with the aunt giving advice to her niece. Like, but they treated her as if she was out of line and out of order. And who does she think she is to try to tell her niece that she shouldn't be wearing a certain amount? I think it was like she was wearing some revealing clothing, or it was something that her niece had going on, and she was like, you too young for that, or something like that, and you shouldn't focus on that. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. But they ganged up on her, and they fought her, and they wanted to kicked her out the room, and she gotta go, and she die. And it turned into a horror scene. Okay. She ended up having to get another hotel room. Her husband had to get her a flight back home, and it was just because the one of the sisters booked the flight. She didn't want to give her the tickets that she had, so she had to book a whole different flight home. And you know, it's just I just feel like this is that kind of vibe. This is what this is that kind of vibe. It gives me the vibe of somebody being invited somewhere. This is a group that they usually don't invite you nowhere. They usually don't hang out with you. They usually don't talk to you that much. They usually act like you don't exist. But they inviting you because for whatever reason they feel guilted. This is somebody that is going to guilt them. And this could be like a parent, or it could be somebody that is going to guilt them into inviting you and guilt them into hanging out with you. Once you get there, they are going to mistreat you. Like, regardless to if it could be something so innocent as somebody, you know, you're the butt of all jokes, and they cutting their eyes at you, and they talking about you behind your back, and they trying to record you and show people stuff, and they doing this, that, and the third. And it could be to an extreme of them actually trying to set you up. In this dream, this woman was left at an island that a foreign country, a foreign island, without any papers to get to prove her identity or to get back to where she was supposed to be. The scripture comes from Job 15:8. Do you listen in on God's counsel? Do you have a monopoly on wisdom? What do you know that we do not know? What insights do you have that we do not have? God said for somebody, he wants you to be aware. Okay, even in this situation of you know, the example that I gave of what happened to that young woman when she went on a trip with her sisters. If her husband, and if she couldn't afford to get the ticket, I'm saying her husband, but you know, his money, so well, I don't want to say it like that, but y'all know, if she couldn't afford, or her husband couldn't afford to get her a ticket to come back, how was she gonna get back home? They didn't care. They weren't concerned about that. They weren't worried about that. They could care less. And I just feel like for somebody, for whoever this is for, you don't have to go with other people to go on a vacation. And you don't have to, you know, like, and it's like sometimes we are excluded from certain groups. And it's sometimes that, you know, it's wrong. It's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to tell you, yes, God sees it. Yes, they are wrong. No, they not right. But understand this. Sometimes it's okay to be excluded. Because just because you're included at that time doesn't mean that everything is all good. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it ain't even good being in, like, you know, having a big group of friends, because some of these people don't even like each other. They be doing all kind of messy stuff to each other. I didn't, baby. They'll be sleeping with each other, man. They'll be, you know what I'm saying, being messy, talking about each other behind the back. They be doing all kind of mess. And I'm just being real. And I just feel like, you know, for whoever this is for, this is like from the outside. You on the outside, and because you on the outside looking in, it feels like you really want to be a part of the group, and you would really like to be included, and you sick of being excluded from what they got going on, and you want to feel like you a part of the family, or a part of the clique, or the sorority, whatever kind of group this is, but you are always excluded from everything. God says sometimes rejection is protection, because you don't even know what could possibly happen to you if you were included. And you don't know what that all they got going on. You don't know what all they got going on. You know what I'm saying? The way that so many things is going on in this world today, you know, like it's baby. Because what I'm thinking about right now, what's coming to my mind is how there's so many low-key prostitution rings going on. There are so many low-key things. Like, you don't know what people is really doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. You don't know what people is really doing. And you don't want to be put in a position to where you then got into this little group, and you agreed to something that you ain't even know you agreed to. And I'm being reminded of this girl told a story about when one of her friends invited her on a trip to Dubai, and she was talking about she was going to introduce her to this guy, and they was going to have so much fun and dot dot dot, and that there was some other guy that was putting everything together, and it took for somebody else to pull her to the side and tell her that the guy that was planning everything was her friend's pimp. And the guys they were going to see were not good guys. And it was not going to be fun. And ain't no telling what they was going to be doing and if they was going to be able to get back. Baby, you best to be careful, okay, who you call your friend and who you, and you know what I'm saying? And it don't even always have to be a situation where you did nothing to nobody. Because a lot of times when people are in a position to where they got a pimp, or when somebody is in a position to where that's what they do, they see themselves as a pimp, they don't care who they throwing under the bus. All they worried about is what benefit they gonna receive. And this here situation, you know what I'm saying? It's just giving reminiscent of somebody that, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. You know what I'm saying? There are so many women that they disappear. And ain't no telling where they disappearing to. You never know, somebody will try to, they got some kind of connections to a cartel, or they got some kind of connections to some people that's doing all kind of wicked stuff in other countries, to where they leave you somewhere and them people come pick you up and they didn't sold you for pennies. But now they feel like they have a peace of mind because they don't have to worry about you no more. Now they have the peace of mind and they don't have to stress about whatever it is that you got going on that bothers them. Because sometimes it could be that you're beautiful, maybe you popular, maybe you got this, that, and the third, whatever it is that you got going on that they don't like, they ain't gonna have to worry about it no more. They ain't gonna have to worry about it no more. This is why so many situations where people go on trips, they go on vacations, they going to do this, that, and the third, they end up getting jumps. Some of them getting taken out of here. And that happened to a girl, I think, last year, the year before last, a young lady lost her life. She went on a vacation with a group of friends and they recorded them jumping her. They recorded it and left her body there. And they still haven't made no arrest. And I just feel like here's the thing. Be careful about who you call your friend. And just because you are blood to somebody, just because they allegedly blood relatives, they supposed to be your blood, don't mean that they gonna have your back. That don't mean they really love you like that. That don't mean they really checking for you like that. And read the room. If somebody is showing you by their actions that they don't like you, take it, just take it. Accept it. And I just feel like this is somebody that you are finding it hard to accept the fact that you're not included. Because from your point of view, you're a wonderful person. From your point of view, you ain't do nothing wrong. From your point of view, you love them and you care about them. And you don't understand why they don't like you. God said it ain't for you to understand. You can't control what they got going on. You can't control how they feel. And you can't make them do nothing. And if that's their choice and they choose that they not going to like you, they choose they going to mistreat you, they choose they going to treat you however they want to treat you, God said go ahead and let them be it. Let them, when they show you who they are, believe them and take their word for it. Ain't no need in chasing in behind them. And God is saying whatever this here is, this is some counsel. This is from God. This is from the heavens. God said that whoever this is somebody that's planning this here. Somebody is planning this and they are plotting against somebody and they are planning to take somebody on some kind of vacation. It's some kind of vacation. It's something to do with a cruise ship. It's something to do with some kind of beach and it's something to do with being somewhere else. And they plan on leaving this person there and dusting their hands off. Now and this is somebody, once again, the crab is representing you. It's like this is somebody, they want to feed you something real nice and then they pounce on you. So this somebody, they going to make it seem like they want to give you love. They going to make it seem like they really care about you. They're going to make it seem like, oh, yeah, come on. We want you to be included. We want you to be a part of the group, a part of us, a part of us. But no, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. They want you up out of here. That's the message. I'm being reminded of the movie Cats. How at the end of the movie, and you find out that the whole meaning of everything, the girl, she finally wins. She finally gets included in the group and everybody accepts her and she finally gets to be a part of the group. She's not an outcast anymore and they send her into the heavens to... And that's kind of what this is. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what this is. And this is like, Me personally, I just feel so bad for women that have to go through this, and anybody that have to go through this here, in a to be in a situation where you love someone and you care about someone and you're trying to work out a relationship with a family member or a friend, and for your last moments on this earth to be your realization that somebody that you loved and cared about hated you. And you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if some of these people that, they actually had a heart attack in the midst of the attack, because, it's a heartbreak can, in fact, it is very, baby. Studies have shown that a heartbreak and a heart attack, they're very close to each other. And if you in a situation where not only are you panicking because you're being attacked, you're hurting and heartbroken because somebody you love is attacking you. And then you're heartbroken because you realize they ain't gonna stop and they want to take you up out of here. You're heartbroken and you realize that the only reason they even pretended to be nice to you is so that they will be able to do this here with no repercussions. Baby, I just feel like it's a way, like I wouldn't wish this upon nobody. And to think that somebody could ever be so wicked to think that that's okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the kind of person, if I don't like somebody, I'm not finna go around them. I'm not finna act like I like them. I'm not finna pretend. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a mean person either. It's not to say that I'm gonna be mean to them. I'm not gonna be trying to fight them every time I see them, but just to be real, you know what I'm saying? It's never gonna get to a situation to where I hate them so much that I gotta take them up out of here. It's never gonna get to a situation to where I gotta see everything in their life crumble and fall apart. If I don't like them, I'm not paying attention to them. Why would I want to be concerned with what they got going on? I don't care who they dating. I don't care who they friends with. I'm not concerned with what they do. I don't care what they bought. I don't want to hear about none of that. In fact, if it's a social media thing, they are blocked. In real life, I'm not hanging out with them like that. I don't want to talk to them like that. And I do understand that sometimes when you're family members with somebody, if it's a family member type situation, that sometimes you do end up having to see somebody. But you could always just not go. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to hang out with people you don't like to, you don't want to, and you don't like. And nobody should bother you to such an extent, even if it's like somebody you work with, like to such an extent that you have to see them every day for short periods of time, and you seeing them for 2 seconds just got your blood boiling to such an extent, and you just don't know what to do and your head is spinning. You got a problem. You need to go see somebody about that. This is people, you need therapy. Nobody should get you to a point to where you feeling that way. It's not them, it's you. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.